Sentence is a group of words that makes complete sense. A sentence begins with a capital letter and it ends with a full stop. And we said there are kinds of sentences. How many? There are 4 kinds of sentences. We have done the first one, declarative or affirmative sentence. And second, we have done the interrogative sentence, ends with a question mark. And then we also done imperative sentence, command, order, wish, desire, any of those sentences that expresses a command or a request or a wish, then we say it's an imperative. And finally, the last kind of sentence, the fourth one and the last one is an exclamatory sentence, surprise. Okay, a sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. That's the last of the 4 kind. A sentence that expresses a sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory. An exclamatory sentence. So this is the 4th kind and the last of the kind of sentence. Okay. There are 4 kinds of sentences. The first is declarative or affirmative or assertive. Whether it's a declarative or assertive or affirmative, or that's only one kind of sentence. Then you have the interrogative sentence that ends with a question mark. Then we have an imperative sentence that commands, requests, advises, or wish or desire. That kind of sentence we call an imperative. And the 4th kind is any sentence that expresses sudden feeling of strong and sudden feeling. Then we call it an exclamatory sentence. And an exclamatory sentence begins with a capital letter and ends with an exclamation mark. Interrogative sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with a question mark. Declarative, imperative begins with a capital letter, ends with a full stop. Now here you got to be very careful. An exclamatory sentence expresses sudden, strong emotional feeling, and then it begins with a capital letter, ends with an exclamatory mark. That you have to be very, very careful. Now I'll give you a few sentences for you to look at. How beautiful. How beautiful the roses. How beautiful the roses. You're admiring the rose. What a pleasant weather. What a pleasant weather. Okay, next one. How hot it is. How hot it is. How hot it is. May you get well soon. Look at the questions. Look at all the sentences. How sad it is. How sad it is. And what a sweet voice. What a sweet voice you have. Now, all these sentences, how beautiful the roses, what a pleasant weather, how hot it is, may you get well soon, how sad it is, what a sweet voice you have. In all these 6 sentences, there is an expression of strong, sudden feeling, either positive or negative. Now, how sad, you're feeling very sad, not excited. What a sweet voice. You're feeling so happy. How hot it is, you cannot bear it. May you get well soon. You're not well, may you get. In all this, there is an expression of sudden, strong feeling. And we call this an exclamatory sentence. It begins with the capital letter, ends with the full stop, exclamation mark. Now, supposing you got your answer sheet and you got 100 marks. What will the teacher say? Wow, what a wonderful girl, exclamatory mark. Or someone who always comes early to school. You'll say, Sam, you are never late. Sam, you're always on time. An exclamation mark. Or somebody who's always good. You are always a good boy. Expression. Or supposing your uncle just suddenly comes in from somewhere. Wow, how nice it is. You're feeling great, your uncle has come. Or suddenly it rains, it's a hot day and rains. What a cool day. Sudden burst of clouds and the place becomes. So exclaiming, you are expressing. Or your neighbor's got a baby boy or girl. One baby is born and everybody is happy about it. Say, oh, what a lovely baby. On your birthday, dad brings you a lovely pair of shoes. Wow, I just love it. What a wonderful shoes. Or you got a pretty dress. What a pretty dress. Any words, any sentence expressing emotion, sudden, then you call that an exclamatory sentence. Let's look at it again and then I give you some more sentences for you to understand. How beautiful the roses, expressing feeling. What a pleasant weather. How hot it is. May you get well soon. How sad it is. What a sweet voice you have. All these are expressing feeling and they are all exclamatory sentences. I'll give you some more for you to understand better. We are trying to understand the 4th kind of sentence, that is an exclamatory sentence. Any sentence that expresses strong and sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. So I have some more for you to understand better. What a clever girl you are. What a clever girl you are. In the class, when somebody does nice work or gives a nice smart answer, the teacher will say, oh, what a clever girl you are, or what a clever child you are. Then, may God bless you. Sometimes you want to bless people. May God bless you. Some elderly person or your teacher, your mother wants to bless you. May God bless you. Okay. What a pretty dress. You come home for your birthday from school and your mom has got dress for you and then you look at it and say, what a pretty dress. Or when you put it to school, The children, the teachers, everybody admires and say, what a pretty dress, expressing strong, sudden feeling. How happy we are when you are good and when you bring home good marks. Parents will say, how happy we are. Not only the way you behave, but the way you bring in lots of marks to keep us happy. What an interesting story. After having read a book, you'll say, what an interesting story. Okay, then quick, how slow you are. No? Quick. Maybe you're writing a test and the teacher says, quick. How slow you are. How slow. Or even at home, mommy will say, how slow you are to do your work, your homework. Now look at all these sentences. Okay? Exclamatory sentence showing strong, sudden feeling. What a clever girl you are. Mommy says, you have finished all your work on time. Or your teacher says, what a clever girl you are. May God bless you. On your birthday, you get a lot of blessing. What a pretty dress. Or what a pretty house. How happy we are. What an interesting story. After having read the story, you'll say, what an interesting story. When you come home with good report, Daddy will say, how happy we are. At home, you're doing your work, or in the class, you're doing the work. Maybe you are a bit slow. Then either your teacher or your mommy will say, quick now, quick. How slow you are. Because there's a lot of work to be done. And you've got to be fast. Quick. Even if you put one single word, exclamatory mark, quick, fast. All those commands that you put up. Now, all these, now you also can frame your own according to what you feel. Frame your own exclamatory sentence. I'll give you some more for you to look into. It'll be good for you to take out your textbook, any storybook, and look for exclamatory sentences. Nice for you to gather, write it into your rough note, or write it in a piece of paper, identifying from your own storybook or your textbook. Here, I have some more exclamatory sentences for you. Now, what a rain. What a rain. Okay? How thrilling the movie was. How thrilling. How thrilling the movie was. Well done, boy. Well done. Well done, boy. How wonderful. How wonderful. Some more. What a lovely child. What a lovely child. Or you can say, what a colorful garden. What a colorful garden. Look at a garden full of flowers and you see. So, now, that comes to the end of the exclamatory. What are the 4 types of sentences that we have learned? Declarative, interrogative, imperative, exclamatory. Now, let's look at some more exclamatory sentences. There are 4 kinds of sentences: declarative, interrogative, imperative, and exclamatory. A sentence that expresses some strong or sudden feeling is called an exclamatory sentence. An exclamatory sentence begins with a capital letter, ends with an exclamation mark. Just look at these sentences. What a rain! How thrilling the movie was! Well done, boy! How wonderful! What a lovely child! What a colorful garden! You can express your feeling on what you write or what you feel, or you got something, you saw something, pushing a bird. Look at that, how wonderful the row of birds. What colorful butterflies. What colors in those flowers. Expressing any feeling. How sad I feel for that girl. Feeling sad when somebody has lost someone. So expressing strong sudden feeling, you call it an exclamatory sentence. For your exercise to learn better, to remember better, take a storybook, your reader, pick out all exclamatory sentences and see at the end there is an exclamation mark. Write down all that. Then it will be a good practice for you. So far we have done 4 kinds of sentences. That is declarative, imperative, interrogative, and exclamatory. Interrogative ends with a question mark. Exclamatory ends with an exclamation mark. We will do some exercise so that you can pick out each kind of sentence.